Hello. I've got the sorest of sore throats. I've not been well. I've been screaming my head off today. And boy, have we been waiting for this for 6 long years. It's been 6 long years to wait for this. And I need to show a clip before we get into anything. I have to show a clip.
When I look at you, oh, I feel my heart, oh, I feel real love deep inside. Oh, love, not right, I can't believe how you do to me. You make me feel, oh, how you say, feel so special. Oh, love, not right, I can't believe how you do to me. You make me feel, oh, how you say, feel so special.
What a team. What a club. What a gaffer we have got. Jesus Christ, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. 6 long years, 6 years of absolute pain. And when people tell you, oh, you've not been through pain, we've had it worse, etc. Like, for example, Newcastle fans are doing to some of our fans right now. Trust me, we have had it bad. We have had it real bad. Celebrate now. Make sure you enjoy this moment. I know I am. There's too much I need to screenshot and everything. Obviously, I wish I was there today. I couldn't be there, but there's too much I need to screenshot. I need to save to my phone. I've recorded the game today on the Virgin box. It's clogging up space, and it will do for years to come. But I'm keeping this one because for me, this was the turning point. Today we'll look back on like we look back on Sir Alex Ferguson winning the FA Cup and the Cup Winners' Cup in 1991, 1992, 1990, and we'll look back on that and go, that was the spark to success. That was the spark to extra success. That was the spark for this team to go on and do big, big things. That was the spark. I can't believe it. Honestly, I'm seeing Rashford and Sancho trophy picks together. I'm seeing it. I'm just going to show you how much I've screenshotted and I need to crop, and I've still got a lot more to go. Hold on. I need to go further down. Hold on. I've still got all this to go. I've still got all of this to crop. There's so much I need to crop. There's so much I need to go through. Oh my God. But one thing I want to say is this today, for me, it felt, I said at the end of last season, and I've spoken about this on stream before, for me to get trust back in the team, for me as a fan, for me to trust these players, for me to trust this team after so long of us watching them just down tools, of them like walking about like they didn't care, etc. They need to do something real good. They need to do something real special. It needs to feel special, and it does. And we beat obviously Barcelona on Thursday, and I said, well, on Monday I said this week is the week to step up. We can go for competitions, etc. But this week is the one to step up. You've made me proud in some games before, but this week was the one to step up. And I said it on all my social medias. I said, you have to step up this week. And they did. On Thursday, I was so proud of the team. I was so proud. I don't know how they're doing it every single 3 days, because I've even said to people in real life at points, I don't know how I'm watching every 3 days. Like, I'm loving it as a fan. But my God, it can be tiring keeping up. Like, what a season! Like, it's a season like no other. But we'll look back on this one and really enjoy it. We will. Let's go. 6-year wait is over. Up the Reds. Fuck the Glazers. Erik Ten Hag is a genius, a madman genius. Come on, Erik Ten Hag's red hot, mate. Erik Ten Hag's red hot, mate. Media's full of trophy picks. Yeah, it is. Everywhere, every player's tweets I'm retweeting. I've retweeted probably about 400 tweets today. And I need to retweet more. I need to go through more. I'm part of me is still in shock because of how much pain we've been through to get here. But the turning point was the point of, for me, the Brentford game, that the Brentford 4-0 loss. If you'd have told me, if Shaq would have told me, like on the phone or on Twitter, whatever, saying in 6 months or 7 months we will be Carabao Cup champions, 3rd in the league. I'm not going to be alarmist yet. I'm not going to say we're in a title race quite yet, but we are 7-8 points behind Arsenal, and we've got top 4 secured. We've just beaten Barcelona in the Europa League, and we're about to go through. Well, I don't want to be too cocky, but we're about to go through in the FA Cup to the quarterfinals. If you'd have told me that when we're losing 4-0 to Brentford, I wouldn't have believed you. I really wouldn't have. I can't believe it. I can't believe what this team's done. I really, really not just enjoy watching this team, but this is a team I would say for the first time in 7 years, I can be proud of this team. I can look back and after games and I can go, you've not made me angry. You've not made me upset. You've not made me think, what is the point of me supporting here? You've made me proud. You've really, really made me proud of this team. And this group of players, they've really, like when I see Varane go, yes, like that to the stadium, I'm like, come on, like that in front of the TV, because I'm like, I just can't believe it. This is what we've been hoping for, wanting this football royalty and Varane, Martinez, Casemiro, Dalot. We can look back at them and obviously Marcus Rashford, the pride of Manchester, the pride of England. In and out of football is the pride of Manchester and England. We can look back on today though. It's special for me today because we can look back on it and go, this was the turning point. This was the point of success. This was the point where Ten Hag really started this spark to win the league, the Champions League, etc. And for me, it feels like I'm always like this as a fan, where there's a weight on my back, like I'm carrying something on my back, like the whole world on my shoulders, because we've not won a trophy. And now I can feel like I can fully, I can breathe. We've won a trophy. This can spark us to go and get the next trophy and the next trophy and the next trophy. And for me, once we get the Glazers gone, the sky's the limit with Ten Hag. And it's the first time in, I would say, since Jose Mourinho, since 2017-18, that we've really got the whole fan base on side with this manager now. We've got LUHG side, we've got our side, we've got every side of this fan base on board with the manager. We're all on board with obviously getting the Glazers out. And once the Glazers are gone, we're going to do special things. And I know. One of the pundits on Sky before got some stick for saying that Man United fans are not used to it, but for me, I have not been that used to it. Obviously, I have, because I've been spoiled as a child growing up and watching us win everything. However, 6 years is a long time for this club. It's a long time, and it feels special. It really feels different. I don't know. It feels different. Hold on. That Ronnie poster in a black. I shout out to Visuals by Baz. I don't know if he's still selling his posters, etc. And I'm Jinnick, and I know I'm Jinnick helps with that. Go subscribe to his channel as well. I'm Jinnick, the channel in the comments there. Shaq says we're showing hunger and consistency. We are, and I don't know how we're doing it, Shaq, because we're playing every 3 days. So let's put it into perspective. So we played on Thursday, and obviously we're playing on Sunday. We played 2 big games. We played a Barcelona game at Old Trafford, and then we played a cup final at Wembley. So Thursday we've won. Thursday night we've won. We beat Barca. Amazing result, absolutely amazing. I couldn't believe it. And where there is chaos, call Fredinho, by the way. And anytime you've got any chaos in your life, get Fredinho's number and call him, because he'll sort it all out. So Friday would have been a rest recovery day for some players, especially players like Rashford, where there were some doubts of his fitness, etc. Friday, rest recovery day. Saturday, training, tactical, etc. Sunday, game day. So we're literally, it's such a quick turnaround. Sorry, I forgot to tweet out the stream. Let me just tweet out. Just give me 1 second. Right, there we go. It's such a quick turnaround, and I don't know how we're doing it. And I know rival fans can say it's only the Carabao Cup, and I've had City fans, despite Pep Guardiola taking the competition seriously most years since he's been in managing in England, I've had City fans say to me, and say to others as well, it's a Mickey Mouse Cup, it's this and that. But obviously, this isn't the end goal. The Carabao Cup isn't the end goal. The end goal is Premier League, Champions League, Club World Cup, etc., etc., etc. But today it really means something special, because it sparked a new era. The failure era is over. The era of not winning the trophies, of not doing it, and not getting over that line, being the nearly men, it's over. It's really over. And like I said, I've said many times already today, and I will continue saying it on stream and to people that I speak to. They've made me proud. They've made me really proud. Like I've said, I said it would take me a while to get this trust back, but to click like that, for the team to click and get the trust back, for me, I'm so proud. I'm so proud of these players. I doubted Bruno Fernandes last May, and rightfully so. We all had very, very, very good reasons to doubt these players, but I doubted him. I was like, I'm not sure he can adapt to Ten Hag's style of play, because all we had every game with Bruno was hoof, ball. But now he's refined his game. He's become the captain. Let's be honest, he's our captain. Despite obviously Maguire, I'm glad Maguire lifted the trophy today. He deserved it, and he's been for a hard time at the club, etc. Let's be honest with ourselves. Bruno is the captain, and he's led this team to success. And Casemiro is the people's captain, the Brazilian Roy Keane. I love him, man. I love him so much. It's like I love him personally, and I adore the guy. Like, I'm Chinik. Obviously, Wayne, if you're in this chat, can you let me know if you know the date that United or anyone, and I've spoken to Amchik about it, but anyone who's in the chat, when United last released the Europa League top, where it says Europa League on it, the authentic top, when did they do it? How long after we won the Europa League? Because I want to buy that, and I'm going to buy Casemiro's name on the back. Definitely buying that. Got some money saved up for that, so definitely going to buy that. I honestly can't believe it. Yeah, you still, mate. Despite what Ronaldo did with Piers Morgan, and thank you for some quotes, Cristiano Ronaldo. Obviously, he's not watching, but thank you for some quotes about the Glazers, Cristiano Ronaldo. I'll always love Ronaldo. For me, he left a bigger legend than he came. I don't care. I don't care what some people say about not caring, etc. For me, Ronaldo is one of the biggest legends in this club's history. I'll never ever forget what he's done. And I fucking grew up idolizing this guy for Real Madrid and Man United. So thank you for that poster. Obviously, it's still there. Shout out to Baz Hale. Shout out to Baz Hale Music. Go and subscribe to the channel. Go and check out Visuals by Baz.shop, I think it is, or Visuals by Baz Shop. His Twitter is visual. Wait, I know your Twitter got hacked. That's why I unfollowed it, because I received a message. But you'll have to just follow me, and I'll follow you back, because I don't know your new Twitter. I've not seen it on the timeline. So yeah, Adam Heddle. I always see you liking my tweets, by the way. So I appreciate you. I see you liking every one of my tweets. So I assume you've got my notifications on. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. Charles Van here, congrats on getting that trophy. 6 years of pain, and you finally got one. Ten Hag has turned things around big time. He has indeed. For me, I didn't expect him to do this. I think we're over exceeding expectations, and obviously, hopefully, it doesn't all come crashing down with fatigue, etc. Because literally, I've said many times, we play 3 games a week every single week until the international break, and then afterwards again. But I'm so proud of this team. I don't know, when I'm seeing Varane and Martinez go and Casemiro to the crowd, I'm going like, come on. I love that. That for me it's something else. It's something else, man. It's so special. It is so special. It's an aura of something that it doesn't quite replicate him, but it replicates how we feel about these as players. Erik Cantona sort of players, Brian Robson. Do you know what I mean? Brian McClair. These players that just didn't give a shit and won no matter what. Obviously, these players are going to have ups and downs, but today we can celebrate because it's the start of a new era. It's the start of a dynasty. Just give me a second. My computer's just crashed. There we go. We've seen it all. We've won a lot. We're Man United and we're never gonna stop. Ole ole, ole ola, ole 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 ola. We've seen it all. Just bought the final kit now. Can you please either put the link in the description? I do apologise if my voice sounds messed, by the way. I've got a very sore throat. I've not been well all week. Can you please either put the link in the description or DM me the link? Preferably both, if that's okay. The poster. Visuals by Vaz. If you give me a follow, I'm sure you know my Twitter. I've literally got the app open right now. Just give me a follow, obviously, FTBL, OBS. I'll literally follow you back instantly. It's got winners 23 on the back, but got good £68 spent. Oh, it's on United Direct. Wait, I'm so confused. So is it a fake? But it's on United Direct. I'm so confused. The HAG has done it. He's saving our legacy. Like Alternative MUFC says, and I know you watch him. Recommendation to Alternative MUFC. I know you watch him, Shaq. Bald is best. Bald is beautiful. That's all we're going to say. Bald is best. Okay, we need to get you on a HAG video soon. I'd be down for that. It's Baz, by the way, lad. I'd be down for that. I agree. Yeah, I'd be down for that. I don't mind that at all. I've seen you do game shows, etc. Bear in mind, my mind goes blank when put on the spot. So it would be the funniest video ever because I'll just be getting everything wrong. But I'll give it a good fucking go. I'll give it a good go, lads. Honestly, for me, one thing that I want to say today is a Jose Mourinho quote, which a lot of people will love, because we didn't play our best game today, but it wasn't needed. Finals are not there to be played; they're there to be won. We needed to win that final. I was so nervous beforehand. Honestly, very, very nervous. That Chelsea Spurs game, I've probably never focused on a game less than that game. Like my mind wasn't focused. I couldn't focus on it at all. And for me, I don't know what we can go on to do from here, because if we get the Glazers out and have a bumper summer, we can beat anyone in the Champions League. Obviously, we've seen Real Madrid absolutely batter the Scousers, but I don't know. We can do anything. Might go bald if he does the double. I'll go bald if he wins the league. I'll go bald if he wins the league. Do you know what's so good about Ten Hag, though? And I was saying this before. He's our choice. He's my choice. He's your choice. He's Baz's choice. He's Angelo's choice. He's Gavin's choice. He's Marnie's choice, who sometimes watches the channel. He's the fans' choice. Because of how bad we were on the pitch, let's be honest with ourselves, the manager's job was basically an online poll between Mauricio Pochettino and Erik Ten Hag, and the fans chose Erik Ten Hag. We chose him, and it's worked out. And we could have, obviously, when we chose him, we could have turned on him after those first two games, after that Brighton game. It's probably one of the lowest I've ever been walking out of Old Trafford, that Brighton game. I was so low, I was so angry. And then the Brentford game, obviously, it's worldwide known that was the lowest of the low for us United fans. It couldn't get worse. But no, we stuck with him. And that day after, when he made the players run and he ran with them, for me, that was the turning point for this team. And then today, it's a very significant turning point for me. It's, like I said at the start of the stream, we'll look back on this like we look back on Sir Alex winning the FA Cup in 90 and winning the Cup Winners' Cup in 92. We'll look back on this and say, that was the spark for success. That was what we needed. Imagine if we got popped, it would have went tits up. A saying that I learned around 2 months ago, and I actually love the saying. It's just a very simple one. If ifs and ands were pots and pans, because we can't think about the ifs, we can't think about that. But at this moment in time, we can think about that, because I don't think it would have gone on the trajectory that it has, because Ten Hag, number one, he's an absolute tactical genius. He's a tactical genius, and number two, he's an absolute bastard with absolute highest standards, and it's exactly what we needed. And obviously, no disrespect to well, it's going to sound like disrespect. However, I'm sure he'd admit it himself. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, obviously our last permanent manager, he wasn't the man for the job. I'm sure he would admit it himself, looking back on time. However, I'm glad we won it on his birthday, because he would have been watching today. We all know Ole Gunnar Solskjaer would have been watching today, and he's proud. We know he's proud. He's having a glass of wine tonight. We know that. We know that he's smiling tonight, and I'm glad about that. I'm glad that we've made our our legends and ex-players, etc., proud. Seeing Gary Neville, Roy Keane, and I suppose you could call him an ex-player now at this point. Phil Jones on Sky Sports doing his punditry work while still getting paid 80k a week for United. And we've made people proud, and the fans proud, more importantly. And that's what's so important. It's really important, and it really feels like a weight has been lifted. I don't know, I keep repeating myself, but it really does feel like that weight has just been like proper lifted. And it's hard to put into words how it feels. But my pinned tweet is a picture of Ten Hag where it says perfection, and it is perfection, because when we lost 4-0 to Liverpool, excuse me, around, was it April last year? Yeah, it was April, because I did a stream just before it. I remember I did a stream with Thomas just before it, and we lost 4-0. It felt like Ten Hag, because Ten Hag was about to be confirmed, it felt like Ten Hag, and I tweeted it, said he has one hell of a job to bring this team back to where it needs to be. And he has done it. He has done it. He really has done it. And it's hard to believe at some points, because how is he doing it despite, let's list the problems that he's faced this season. He's faced Cristiano Ronaldo, let's be real with ourselves, as much as I love him, he kicked up a fuss about being on the bench. He didn't want to be on the bench. And I suppose you could say fair enough. Despite he wasn't putting in a performance, but he didn't want to be on the bench. So he had that to deal with. And the Mason Greenwood situation was still there glaring in the background. And then he had loss after loss to deal with. So we lost the Brighton and Brentford game, and those were more than just losses at that point, lows. And then he had the doubt from the media about his signings, about his language, about his body language, about his dress sense, about him as a person, about him, his personality, about him as his tactics. And then he had, in October, he had the Derby loss, where that was a pretty bad low. And then he had obviously the World Cup, where things picked up. But then the night before the break for the World Cup, it is a good feeling where Garnacho's just got the winner. But then you've got Ronaldo 2 hours later coming out with an interview, and then that week Ronaldo's interview. So that's 5 issues. Ronaldo's interview there. Then you've got the ownership of the club there. Well, you've got the protests, obviously rightfully so protesting, including myself joining in with a protest. There you've got the ownership of the club not really backing you in January. The ownership might be going for a change, hopefully, going for a change of hands. And then you've got the Mason Greenwood situation again to deal with, where it's come up again. And with all this, he has managed to beat Liverpool, Spurs, batter Chelsea despite not winning. We outperformed them that day. He's managed to beat Arsenal. We performed very well against Arsenal without Casemiro away, and beat Barcelona and draw at the Nou Camp and go toe to toe with them, and beat City at home and win a trophy and be third in the league. It's unbelievable. You've got to appreciate what he's done. You've got to. It's absolutely unbelievable. I literally can't believe it. It's hard to find the words. It really is hard to find the words. But it's very, very, very difficult to believe. And hopefully, obviously, whilst we're in here, I want to get people's opinions based on what we know so far of the ownership's change. What owners do people want in this chat? Personally, I want Qatari ownership. However, we'd want the Glazers out at all costs. Anyone but the Glazers, but I would prefer Qatari ownership. Can I ask what people in here prefer? I'm just going to show this clip whilst people are getting their preferences in.
And I'm feeling.
Today I feel Qatari.
I'm feeling good.
That's how I feel. But today I'm feeling bald, because bald is best. Ten Hag is best. Bald is beautiful. I might need to buy that t-shirt from the Alternative MUFC chart, Alternative MUFC website. I might need to buy that, but I do want to get people Qatar only. For me, it's anyone but the Glazers, but I would absolutely prefer Qatar. I really want Qatar. I would be probably a bit disappointed if we didn't get Qatar ownership. The reports over the last few days and Avram Glazer being there today, it is a bit worrying for me, but I'm going to stay on the side that I still think they'll sell. But today, obviously, we think about that every day. But tonight, we have to enjoy it because we have to. I know the saying is don't look back, just look forward. But we have to look back at where we were a year ago. We couldn't buy a win. We couldn't buy a win from anywhere. The team was mentally weak. There was players down in tools. There was players wanting to leave on a free. There was players were leaving on a free. There was leaks about literally having to run past 5 p.m. And when we look back at that and look back to how far we've come so far. For me, it's mind-boggling how far we've come, but it's so enjoyable to go to Old Trafford again. Obviously, it's a privilege to go to Old Trafford. I want to go to Old Trafford all the time, and I do go to Old Trafford for every home game that's in the league and FA Cup. However, I want to go to Old Trafford and want to enjoy it. Last season, I was going and dreading it because I knew I was struggling to enjoy it. I was struggling to enjoy the games. Even when we won, it was a struggle to enjoy because it was a difficult win or it was not really a good performance, etc. The wins now, they feel better. They feel like we can enjoy them more. It feels different. It feels like something that the performances on the pitch are correlating with what's going on behind the scenes with Ten Hag and the boys. It really feels like it's something that's coming together as a plan and not just something that's the odd win here and there or it's a false dawn. It doesn't feel like a false dawn. And I pray to God that I don't come back to this in 10 years and say it was false dawn. I pray to God I don't come back to that in 10 years. But I don't think I will. I think it really is. I think it really is the start of something special tonight. And make sure you enjoy the night, though. Don't be thinking too far ahead in the future. Although it's hard not to get carried away. Make sure you enjoy the night because, like I said, we've been through so much pain to get here and end this trophy drought. We need to enjoy it. We need to appreciate it. We need to appreciate these players. Be proud of them. Be proud that you're a United fan. Puff out your chest and say, I'm a United fan, do you know what I mean? Sort of thing. Have that attitude. We are Man United. We'll do what we want as the Chancos, do you know what I mean? We'll win it all. And I will end the stream soon because first of all, it's getting late on a Sunday night. And second of all, my throat is just gone, as people can tell. I've been screaming too much today and I've had a sore throat all week. Shout out to Hall's Soothers. I'm using them chronically to try and get better. But it's not quite better yet. I may have another stream if we get sold or when we win another trophy. Well, I will have another stream when we get sold or win another trophy. Baz, I will give you a follow on Twitter as well. Obviously, DM me about HAG video if you want me to go on for a HAG video. And Chinook, if you can DM me the link for the United top, please. I would appreciate it because I need to go buy that ASAP with Casemiro on the back. Shout out Casemiro, shout out Varane, shout out Delo, shout out Wan-Bissaka, by the way, who I've had doubts about him more than most. I just weren't convinced that he was good enough, and I just weren't convinced. I remember I've said it many times on streams. I just weren't convinced, but I'm convinced now. I'm convinced he can be a squad player. He can step up in the big moments. Shout out to Wan-Bissaka. Shout out to the pride of Manchester, the pride of England, Marcus Rashford. Shout out to Jadon Sancho. Shout out to Bruno Fernandes. Shout out to the whole squad. David De Gea for equaling Peter Schmeichel's clean sheet tally, all beating it and being the all-time leading clean sheet for the club. We appreciate you for sticking through it all, through all that pain over the last 5 years, 6 years even. And I've been Keane from Football Obsession, and I'm out.